what are the factors who are there in that, who are the people who are there in my future to help me achieve that goal, what is the belief that I have to achieve that goal, what is the value that I need to develop to achieve that goal. And what, so firstly, when you decide a goal itself, you'll have to find out the kind of excitement that you will have and what excites you here also. And so it has to somewhere be aligned with your life purpose also. I believe that if you're aligned with your life purpose, no, if you're kind of you are at peace with yourself, it will have a big role. Actually, it'll just keep you at peace also, and the decisions that you make will also be better. So if I know that I'm with peace myself, okay, this is my purpose, this is my life purpose, the kind of decisions I will make around it will be somewhere aligned to it. So I knew healthy is always important. Okay, health is always important. I know I have to study, I know I have to write an article, I should make good friends, I should not get into a bad relationship, but I am not doing it. Why? Because I don't know what the future looks like. I'm thinking it's not attainable. So what I have to do, I have to think of a future self. Am I making sense right now? If you are thinking about the future self, then you can easily figure it out as to what that reality looks like. So this is your present, this is your future.
Future
So
is
you have to
mystery.
sit and you have to work on yourself, and you have to look what does your future look like and what are the changes. So it can be that you have to change about something about yourself, something about your beliefs, something about your values, something about your confidence maybe. And some people say that, oh, wish I had this quality. So that quality factor you have to develop, you have to figure out ways. An important factor is the kind of friends that you want to have around, because your decisions are always impacted by the friends that you have. So if I have people who drink a lot, eventually I'll also drink, correct? If I have people who go to library, I'll also go to library, because that's the kind of focus that we have. If I have people who spend a lot of money on unnecessary shit, I will also tend to buy because I have to match that up, correct? So my focus goes, my focus changes, and my decision ultimately changes whether I want it or not. Agree with me?
Yeah,
Yes,
just to
true.
add on, it is said
Yes.
that you are the average of 5 people you spend most of your time with.
Exactly. Your earning is also somewhere matching to that only. So I'll tell you honestly, when I was starting this, when I was doing this self-help, and I knew I have to help. Okay, I knew I have to do this. So when you see me talk, I knew I want to do this. It doesn't matter. Okay, I don't get anything out of it. I put in a lot of effort. I get up at night, and I'm presenting, and I'm working on my podcast, and I'm recording, and I have to like write scripts and think of topics. I have to do a lot of stuff, but it keeps me happy. And I don't have a friend. Okay, I don't have one single friend also who does it, similar friend. But you know what I did? I found out. I went online. I spoke to some people who think similarly, and in my future also, the podcast that I'm doing, I'm inviting a lot of guests who are on the same topic. So I went and did that. It's okay if you don't have somebody supporting to you right now, but you have to support yourself. And that's what being independent is like. So let's do this here. We have discussed about, okay, so this is your current and this is your future. And you have to see where do you merge. What are the decisions that you're making right now? And what is the decision that you're making right now? And where do you have to change it to? Simple as that. If you're writing something down, I want you to write it down. If you can think of something, whatever comes to your head right now, I want you to write it down so that you don't forget it, because ideas come and then you forget it because you didn't do anything about it. So write it down, record it, do whatever it takes right now. So where is the current reality? What is it that you are deciding right now? And what do you have to decide? What is that sort of person? Where is that difference coming on? People don't teach enough about decision making, but I think it is very important. I know it hurts. Okay, I know this will hurt, but this will only make you grow. That's the whole beauty of it. So when you will do something, it will hurt, it will be difficult, it will have challenges, but This is it. When you have a goal, okay, we spoke so much about goal. Yeah, do this, do that, I want to do this, I want to buy this. How will you buy this? Because you've not decided, this current is not fitting, and you have to you have to come here.
Can you give us an example? Can you do that with an
And
example?
okay, I can give you a very simple example. Okay, so I will just give you my health example, because I think that's the easiest, and that's
Sure.
yeah, right. So my current decisions were to drink. Okay, my current decisions were to drink, eat, go outside, party with my friends, smoke, and get into toxic relationship, and I don't know what sort of things that I was deciding on. It's not that I'm stupid, it's not that I don't have uh, a lot of good skills. It's just that I decided to be that person, whether I wanted it or not. I was just suffering within my present reality, and I was kind of not enjoying it. So what did I do? I started making different kind of decisions. So what did I have to do? I had to work on my self esteem, I had to work on my self love, I had to start working out physically, I had to start going to the gym, and had to become that sort of person. I had to decide between sleeping and going to the gym. Of course the plank did hurt. Okay, doing a deadlift will hurt. Making good choices and not going out and partying with your friends, drinking, and will hurt. Eventually those friends will stop talking to you, but that's the decision that I made. And if I don't decide it, I will still remain the same, and maybe I will become worse. Am I
Mm.
is that Does that sound okay?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Anybody else want to ask something? Okay.
When
So what is it that you are trying to work on? So think of, whenever you like, after this presentation also, I would encourage you to go back and think of the decisions that you're making right now, and make a list of decisions that you should be making, what it has to be like, and then what does it look like. So always imagine yourself, and then you'll be able to decide, okay, I made this decision, but that didn't serve me, so I need to change it. Okay, I know change isn't good, but it's necessary. Okay, this session might take you like a 10 minutes additional. Will that be okay? Because I really want to discuss this topic, and I don't want to like just run. Will this be okay?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, please.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I want to play this game. I have one more game, and I want everybody's interaction with that. Okay, I want to play a standard game. Okay, so standard, I just want you to look around, if you have people around, or just like, in your head, think of like your office or maybe your friends and this and that. And can you guess somebody's standard? So you have to scan them like you scanned yourself previously. You just have to go and scan them, and try seeing their shoes, clothes, physical sense. How did they speak? What is the kind of authority that they have? What were they showing, like a loud body language? Just like think of the things that they showed you, like the outer character and the inner character a bit. Can you think of someone? Like, just look around, it'll be easier. Okay, I'll tell you. Okay, so
We need to imagine office person, right?
anybody who's nearby you. So just think of the way, and think about the standard that they have. Okay, so example, if I speak loud, and if I stand with like this, so that means that I seek authority. That's my standard. When I wear good clothes, or maybe I dress up for like an event, like I come here today and I put on makeup and I get ready and I want to put a nice t-shirt, that is my standard, the way I want to be presented. When somebody speaks to me and they are shouting at me, and I tell them, don't talk to me like this, because if you're going to talk to me like this, there's no point having this conversation, I am off. That is my standard. What is the standard? So can you think of two people maybe now? Think of a person who has like a very high standard, okay? You kind of like, like wonder why are they like this? And then think of a person who has like a complete opposite and think of them as the second example. Is it easier for you right now to think of like someone like that? Tahira, can you think of something like that?
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah. I can think of people that I've worked with in a corporate environment that I have looked up to based on how, as you said, how they dress, how they are with people, their persona, and how clients then value them accordingly.
Yeah, so see, we are all choosing our standards, okay? Just like decisions, we are also choosing our standard. So I can dress up shabby, I cannot put makeup, and I can just be like, I can be whatever, but I choose to be something. And my decision has led to me to be a certain standard, okay? So the kind of clothes that I wear, the kind of shoes that I have, the kind of physical sense that I will give off, the kind of authority that I show, if I'm loud, I'm shy, the kind of body language that I use, or maybe the love language also that I use will show my standard. So how you're reacting right now is your standard. So when I look at someone, okay, when I go out and look at like 50 people, I can exactly tell you if they work out or not. Correct? You can easily tell if they work out or not. If they work out 1 day, 2 day, 5 days a week, or maybe like a 7 days a week. Can you exactly tell them or not? You can differentiate them easily.
Yes, yes.
Correct.
Mm.
Correct. So that's the kind of standard that they are showing you. And similarly, you will see standards everywhere. The kind of vibes that they give across. Okay. Now I want
Sta-
you to do this on yourself. Now, when you look at yourself, you will know the kind of standards that you have set for yourself also. So, uh,
in my
understandable here,
yeah,
standard setting.
in my opinion, standard is a myth or the dependable to all persons. Standard.
Everybody has a different standard, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And we
We
always
we
say
can.
like internet is filled up, okay? And when we speak
Yeah,
among friends also, we always say that they don't have good standard, they don't come from a good standard, and this is not
yeah.
like that, and she's high maintenance and this and that. But it is actually who we have decided and who do we want to entertain also. Now, what are the factors? I just want to teach you quickly as to what are the factors that actually influence your standards, because your standards is ultimately leading your life decisions and how you look and you perceive and you want to, how will you achieve your goals per se. Okay. So, first thing that you have is everybody has a decision to make between should and must. What is the difference between should and must? I should work out. I must work out. I should do this. I must do this. I should I should get some money. I must earn some money. I should date this person. I must date this person. Okay. I should start a business. I must start a business. There is a big difference. Okay. The way you say itself will teach you that this has like an enormous difference. Should is like, yeah, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, I'm okay, whatever. It is whatever. But when you say must, that's when the bigger change starts. That's when the bigger field that you play into. So you will say that I should start reading or I must start reading. Which is better? Must is where you have to. So your factor first is what you are saying in your life. So make a list like this. Okay, make a list like this. Now I want you to have one small list of one is what is your must, then should. Make a list of it. Okay. Like create a list of what is your list of must and should, and you will be able to figure out. So can somebody give me an example where they decided to change and that's what they changed?
I should change my dress code.
Yes, because your
Example.
should becomes a must. Like
Yeah.
similarly, you can choose between your health also, your money also, your career also, your relationship also. So if you want to use self-love also, okay. So people say about self-love that I want to, I want to appreciate myself. Then rather standing up for yourself and saying, this is who I am, this is what I want to be, and this is who I'll be from now on. So your should becomes a must, and
Yeah.
you don't just kind of play around with it, but it is your necessity that it becomes.
But aren't you
Now,
putting
next
too
thing
much
is
pressure on yourself? Are you not
sorry.
putting too much pressure on yourself then with all the shoulds and the musts, and then that increases all your stress levels, and then that can sort of defeat the whole object of what you're trying to do?
Okay, so
You're saying I should be, I don't know, I should learn self-love or whatever. Then
okay, so what happens is when you are going away from your purpose is when you will be stressed. But when you're coming closer to something that you love and you absolutely want, and it is your inner burning desire, then that stress doesn't appear. It is for sure. I know it will burn in that moment. I know it will hurt in that moment, but eventually it is resulting into something nicer. So I know that when I have to decide between a toxic person and leaving them and appreciating myself, I know it hurts to stay away from them. I know it will hurt to walk away from them and tell them that this is not supporting me, but eventually it'll be for a good reason. So I know it temporarily it might have some effect on you, but actually when you look at the bigger picture, and if it is with your purpose and it is something that is good for your soul, the stress part doesn't come.
so what you're saying is everything that should, you need to make it into a must.
Yes, if you really want it, if you want to
Okay.
change something, then only.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, next factor that we have for standard is the acceptance that we have versus the expectation. So my expectation of myself is someone who sleeps 6 hours, okay, and who gets up and who does podcast and does write, does some article writing also, and is a good speaker also, and doing this, making money, and then doing this is my expectation of me. I should have this, I should have this. But what I am doing here, okay, what I accept is a complete different story. Okay, I want to be healthy, I want to have a six-pack app, okay, let's just say. But what am I accepting? I am okay eating junk food, I am okay being in a bad relationship, I am okay being the toxic person or accepting a toxic person, I am okay being treated badly. When I know my self love is required, I need to stand up for myself. So your expectation is becoming different with your acceptance, and this is what we all tend to do. Okay, so that is why when you have showered, you're still arguing with it. You still have arguments with yourself that, oh, I should have said that, because it's still going inside your head that you had this expectation you will do and you didn't do it. And there's a gap, and that's what it's trying to fill in. Your mind is trying to fill that gap. Do you agree with me or not? Your acceptance is having a difference between your expectations. So you have an expectation of yourself, or maybe somebody else also, and that is what is defining your standards, and your reality is completely different. Okay, in relationship also, I will tell you this, that you have for a person, okay, let's just say your partner, you have some kind of expectations from them, and the acceptance that you do via from them is completely different. So you expect them to do this, be nicer, supportive, encouragement, and not be jealous, and let you do what you want, and they kind of support you, and they want to support you in your hustle also. But what do? They are jealous, they are toxic, they put you down, um they are making you miserable, and you're accepting it. So it's not their fault, it is your fault. And I will be very honest about it, because I believe that it has to be very honest discussion when I am saying it. I do not shy away from saying all these hard things, because that is what is ultimately required right now. We can't be all flowers and daisies and mazes, when actually we need to know what is the hard truth that we are doing. Okay, I know I should not be eating junk food when I am, gulping down pizzas, and my expectation of myself is of eating salad, but I am okay, I am accepting something which is far from reality. Agree? I know
Yes,
I should
yes.
dress up nice. I know I should put some more makeup. I know I should work on this factor, but I am accepting to watch this Netflix and sleep and not go to work, and maybe I am expecting myself to ask for a raise in office, but I am accepting to be put down, and they put my ideas in front, and they show my ideas in office, and they say that they did it and you accepted it, for the fact that you didn't stand up for yourself. It has happened to a lot of people, and it does happen to a lot of people, that your ideas are just put down, they are not encouraged, and you don't even speak about it.